He's seen every movie, he's totally groovy. Just sit back and hit play. Cut! Here's Chuck the Movie Guy.
I am Chuck the Movie Guy. Out in theaters is A Wrinkle in Time, starring Reese Witherspoon, Oprah Winfrey, Mindy, Kaling, and Storm Reid. Based upon the book of the same name, A Wrinkle in Time on paper is the story of a young girl who travels through space and time to save her NASA scientist dad who went missing 4 years prior. A Wrinkle in Time space-time travel theory would make Dr. Emmett Brown's head spin, but not Christopher Reeve from Somewhere in Time. In other words, you use your mind. I miss Quantum Leap's string time travel theory. See, time is like a piece of string. Theorizing that one could time travel within his own lifetime, Chuck the Movie Guy stepped into the Quantum Leap accelerator and vanished. Her fearless genius brother, Charles Wallace, takes her on this journey. He's played by Derek McCabe, and he lets the insults and impossibilities bounce off his skin and has the most positive outlook I've ever seen on film. Also on this adventure is a sort of friend, I should say, classmate Calvin, played by Levi Miller, who was drawn to them for some cosmic reason. Now, guiding them through space and time is the magical beings known as the 3 W's. Mrs. Which, Mrs. What's-It, and Mrs. Who. That's Oprah, Reese, and Mindy, respectively. The latter two they're kind of eccentric, and for most of the movie, we see Oprah, she's a giant. Now, don't read anything into that, or maybe should we? The magical beings explain to them that there is such a thing as a Tesseract, not the Marvel Universe Tesseract. Well, I really don't understand the science of it all, but they seem to do. So we go through the Wrinkle in Time and the journey to the other side of the universe or something. Well, here's the deal. I did not get this movie. Now, my wife did. Now, it's not that she's smarter than me, which she clearly is, but she read the book, and I did not. But will the average moviegoer read the book? Unlikely. I mean, even Oprah didn't read the book growing up.
I'm not really a person who's read a lot of sci-fi or this book. I didn't list it.
The day after screening A Wrinkle in Time, my wife said something to me besides, you're an idiot, or just go away for a while. She said to me, the more I think about this movie, the more I like it. So I started to think about it, and I came to understand something. Now, I said on paper, this movie is about space-time traveling, but it's really not. In reality, it's the story of a young girl overcoming bullying and finding her confidence and place in this world and coming into her own. And Storm Reid does an amazing job. You'll see it when she transforms. But you know what I could have done without in this movie? The 3 W's. The ladies playing quirky, it just didn't work for me. I found it distracting, and you can clearly feel that there are giant gaps of information missing from this film. My wife told me about parts from the book not included on screen, and it seemed that they left the father had a bigger role, and this movie could have used a little more father, and of course that's Chris Pine, who played her dad. My wife tells me the book was more sci-fi, and from what she remembers, and this film is more of a life lesson for young kids. Well, this old guy, with the brain of a 12-year-old, was bored. Even the great special effects couldn't win me over in the long run, and I don't want you to think that this is a terrible movie. Hopefully, young kids will grab the inspiring storyline and the anti-bullying message and come away with something positive. I mean, when it finally reaches Netflix, that is. I'm going to give this movie a C. My wife gives it a B, so let's go halfway and say C+, or I'm sleeping on the couch tonight. For more interviews and reviews, visit themovieguy.com.